Have you ever stepped into a room and felt like you were wearing an invisibility cloak? Except no magic, no fun, just silence? People greet each other, conversations flow, but somehow your presence barely makes a ripple. For many older adults, that's not an occasional feeling. It's a quiet ache that settles in over time. One day, you realize the world doesn't stop to ask how you're doing, what you've been up to, or what you think. You used to be the center of a buzzing network. Friends, co-workers, family. Now, it can feel like you're watching life through a window, not living in it. But here's the thing. Being overlooked isn't the same as being unworthy. You still have stories to tell, wisdom to share, and laughter that could fill a room if people just stopped to hear it. You don't have to fade into the background like an old photograph. Today we're going to talk about 5 powerful, practical, and deeply human ways to step back into the spotlight of your own life, without pretending to be someone you're not. These are real, doable steps, backed by real people who have turned things around. And trust me, the last one, it might completely change how you see your place in the world. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's start this journey toward being seen, heard, and celebrated. Because your life is far from invisible. 1. Build relationships that truly matter. When you feel invisible, the instinct can be to pull back even more, avoiding gatherings, skipping calls, convincing yourself that people are too busy for you. But that only deepens the shadow you're already standing in. The truth is, visibility isn't about being surrounded by dozens of casual acquaintances. It's about having a handful of people who truly see you, value you, and want to share life with you. As we age, our social circles often shrink. People move away, health challenges make outings harder, or loved ones we depended on pass on. The world grows quieter and sometimes lonelier. But shrinking circles don't have to mean shrinking joy. Eleanor, a 74-year-old retired school teacher, felt this loss deeply after her husband passed. Weeks would go by without a meaningful conversation. One day, she decided to join a local library volunteer group. That small step led her to a book club, and from there, to coffee dates, dinners, and genuine friendships. She wasn't just keeping busy. She was building a new circle that made her feel alive again. Small efforts, a weekly phone call, inviting a neighbor for tea, joining a hobby group, can spark connections that grow into lifelines. It's not about being the life of the party. It's about being part of a circle where your absence would be felt, your voice missed, your presence valued. And here's the magic. The more connected you feel, the more confident you become. That confidence draws people in, creating a beautiful cycle where you not only feel visible, you are visible. 2. Find purpose in what you do. Purpose is the engine that keeps your life moving forward. Without it, days can blur together, meals, TV, sleep, repeat until it feels like you're slowly disappearing. The challenge is that many of the roles that gave us purpose, raising kids, running a household, working a career, shift or disappear as we get older. If we're not careful, we start to believe our best years are behind us. That's a lie. Purpose can come from anything that makes you excited to get out of bed. Maybe it's gardening, painting, cooking, writing, volunteering, or even learning a new language. When you pour your time into something meaningful, people notice. Not because you're asking them to, but because passion is magnetic. Charles, a 78-year-old retired engineer, found his spark in woodworking. At first, it was just a way to pass the time. But soon, his hand-carved pieces were displayed at local craft fairs. People stopped to ask questions, admire his work, and share their own stories. In the process, Charles wasn't just making furniture. He was building community. Finding purpose doesn't mean you have to be productive in the traditional sense. It means giving yourself a reason to be proud of what you create or contribute. Purpose makes you stand taller, speak louder, and live brighter. And people are drawn to that energy. So, if you've been feeling invisible, don't wait for someone to bring you back. Start doing something that makes you feel alive, and watch the world take notice. Three, speak up for yourself. Visibility isn't just about being seen, it's about being heard. And here's the truth. If you don't speak up for yourself, people will make decisions for you. Not because they don't care, but because silence can look like agreement. Helen, a 70-year-old retired nurse, noticed her family often planned her schedule without asking. Outings, doctor's appointments, even vacations, she was expected to go along without input. At first, she stayed quiet to keep the peace. But the more she stayed silent, the more invisible she felt. One day, Helen decided enough was enough. She started voicing her preferences, kindly but firmly. At first, her family was surprised, even resistant. But over time, they learned to ask her first, to value her opinion. That shift didn't just change her family dynamic, it gave Helen back her confidence. Speaking up isn't about being confrontational. It's about claiming your place in the conversation. Start small. Share your opinion in a group discussion, ask a question at the doctor's office, or politely decline something that doesn't work for you. Each time you do, you reinforce your presence and remind others and yourself that your voice matters. Because here's the thing, being visible isn't about waiting for permission. It's about taking up the space you've earned with the dignity you deserve. Use technology as a bridge, not a barrier. Technology can feel intimidating, but in today's world, it's one of the strongest tools for staying visible. It's not just for teenagers posting dance videos. It's for grandparents sharing recipes, retired travelers swapping stories, and friends staying connected across the globe. Robert, a 73-year-old former mechanic, resisted video calls for years. "Not my thing," he'd say. But when his daughter moved states away, he gave it a try. That first Zoom call was awkward, wrong angles, bad lighting, but he saw his granddaughter smile, and suddenly, the effort was worth it. Now, he joins weekly family calls, virtual poker nights with friends, and even an online gardening group. Learning technology isn't about mastering every new gadget. It's about finding the tools that connect you with the people and passions you care about. A simple messaging app, a Facebook group for your hobby, or a video call with an old friend can make the world feel a little smaller and a lot warmer. Yes, it might be uncomfortable at first. Yes, you might need help setting it up. But every time you log in, you're saying, I'm still here, I'm still part of the story. And that's powerful. 5. Give back through volunteering. There's something almost